What's going on, you guys? My name is Morgan, and welcome back to another video. So, we're doing a little Pupdate on Hershey. For those of you that don't know, the McSquirtle, or the McSquirty, broke her pelvis, or fractured her pelvis. So, gotta be really, really careful. So, her butt, basically. She fractured her butt. Well, it's not really her butt. Again, it's her pelvis, which I guess you could say it's connecting her legs and other extremities. So we're going to do a McSquirty update, which she's actually doing very, very better. And she's in a lot better spirits, as you can tell, because she won't stop kissing me. She's actually able to walk on her own finally. So that, well, she's been walking on her own, but she's walking a lot better than what she did when it first happened. So we're going to talk a little bit on, that's her tail wagging. We're going to do a kind of a McSquirty update. Okay, her name is Hershey. And she's a hot mess, if you couldn't tell. She loves kisses. And I'm trying to keep her from getting in my mouth. But she's a hot mess. But that's her tail wagging. Very, very fast and very, very hard and very, very loud. So Hershey is a red-based chocolate dapple. She has one blue eye and one yellow eye. She is a mini. She just turned 3 years old yesterday, which yesterday was the 26th of January. I've had her since February, I think. No, it'd be March, I think, because of how her birthday fell. I got her, I think it's 7 or 8 weeks. But how her birthday fell, depending on when I got her. I just can't think of what month it was. I think it might have been February. I actually went ahead and put her back in her kennel because she can get a little bit crazy sometimes, and I don't want her to end up hurting herself. Because just because she's doing better doesn't mean she's healed. And it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks for it to fully heal. So obviously, I'm not going to let her do anything crazy. And I'm doing my best not to let her do anything crazy. But anyways, we're going to continue. So she broke her pelvis. I noticed it was, it's been almost a week since she did. And since we found out that she did, she was limping really, really bad. And anytime I tried to pick her up, she would cry. Anytime I tried to move her, she would cry. So we ended up taking her to the vet that next day, that very early morning. And they showed me the x-ray where it shows she had a broken pelvis or fractured pelvis on her right side. So if you're looking at her, it'll be your left, her right, basically, I believe. That's the best way to put it. So it was a clean fracture, and after talking to multiple specialists, after the vet told us we'd need surgery, after talking to multiple specialists, vets, as well as other breeders, I was suggested to do crate rest because a pelvic surgery is very invasive and it's very painful and has a long recovery time. So we decided to opt in for the crate rest, which is 6 to 8 weeks, at least 6 weeks, depending on how she heals. Well, she is very young, so that's very, very lucky for us that the healing will be a lot easier on her because she is so young. Now, she is strictly on crate rest until it heals, which we will be doing an x-ray in 3 weeks to see how she's doing as far as healing goes. She is really doing a lot better. She's eating on her own. We are feeding her native pet and her kibble along with goat's milk, which help bone growth and will help bone density as well as her healing, which at least that's what I'm hoping. She has done a lot better since it has happened. I was afraid with this fracture that she wouldn't be able to use the bathroom on her own, which actually turned out to be 100% false. She did struggle to walk at first, which included pooping and peeing, but luckily she ended up figuring out how to do that pretty well with maintaining her balance. And I did try to help her once, and she got very, very upset at me and stopped peeing altogether and stopped pooping for a couple hours. So she basically told me she did not want my help, so I didn't help her, but I do stand very, very close to her just in case she decides she does need my help. Which I'm trying to get a sling, which I have one, that'll let me help her potty and help her stand up. But she's also very against that, so it's kind of complicated. We have a complicated relationship with that right now. But she does not need me to express her bladder, which that would have been a whole battle in itself, but luckily she doesn't need it. But she's done very, very well. She's improving every day, and I want to do a weekly update kind of thing. I do shorts and TikTok videos and Instagram videos on how her recovery is going because I'd like for everybody to see how she's doing. Again, she's doing excellent. I was very worried that it was going to be a lot worse. She actually did a dive. She jumped off our bed, which is a fold-out couch at the moment because we are still looking for a bed. She jumped off and ended up hurting herself. Now, dachshunds can be extremely fragile if you're not careful, which includes their backs. Typically, with dachshunds, they are prone to IVDD, which is a disc disease where the discs dislocate, which requires surgery or crate rest. I have seen a majority of people do crate rest rather than the surgery because, again, that surgery is also very invasive. And not everybody has the money or the insurance to do it. But crate rest is less invasive as long as it heals correctly. Because her fracture was a clean fracture, the vet and the specialists that I have talked to believe it'll be an easy heal, which luckily, that's lucky for us. Even with surgery, there's no guarantee that it will heal completely or 100%. So that's the worry, but she is doing a lot better. She's walking a lot better. She's putting pressure down. But again, it's not completely healed. It's not going to be healed for a little while now. But I think the crate rest has improved her chances. Since it's only been about a week now, I think the crate rest is doing her a load of good compared to going to surgery and seeing hopefully that it'll help. She'd have to get screws and plates put in, which is not something I want for Hershey. It would affect her long-term movement and her long-term life. So with the specialists I've talked to, they did recommend this, and they said her healing would be a lot better for her. So that's what we ended up doing, and she is doing better. She goes potty. She goes outside by herself, which I know she enjoys going to the bathroom by herself. She usually goes with everybody else or uses the puppy pads during the night inside, and she's been sleeping in the bed with me, so I know she's very, very happy about that. So we are managing. We are doing better. It is taking some time. This healing process is going to be a long, very long process, but she has improved, which I'm very, very happy about. I've been nothing but worrisome for Hershey. When I first found out, I cried a lot. I mean, I bawled my eyes out, but she is doing a lot better. So that's great. But I cried. I cried so much when I found out what happened because it feels like something I could have prevented, even though she did not want to take the ramp. And it's not something I could have stopped. But if I wouldn't have turned my back just for 1 second, maybe I would have put her on the ground or on the floor. I would have stopped it. I don't know. But once again, it is a long process, but she's improving. So that's what matters. Now, that's honestly all I can ask for. That's, I guess, our weekly update with Hershey. As you can tell, she's still in great spirits. When it first happened, she wasn't too happy. She is on pain medication for the pain. She gets it at 9 tonight, which is almost 7. But so far, so good. So that's our weekly update with the Hershey Squirt. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave some prayers in the chat, or leave some prayers down below in the comments. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And as usual, you guys, we'll see you guys next time in the next video. See you guys later.